by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who particularly emphasized the study of Shastra and made these divisions of learning and achievement in academics for Vaishnava studies. And Srila Prabhupada carried it forward. Without Sambandha Gyan, Thakur Haridas says in the Harinam Chintamani that it's very difficult to make progress in the process of chanting the holy names. And also, for a teaching movement, it's very important that the members are acquainted with the philosophy. And so, what you're doing here, taking the time to go through the exercise of learning the books systematically is very important for personal growth and spiritual life, as well as for educating others. I've found in taking the Bhakti Shastri and now the Bhakti Vaibhav, in fact, Srivas Pandit Prabhu and I just took the test this morning, our 5th exam in the Bhakti Vaibhav series, that although one may not remember all the details, at least I don't, it keeps one's momentum going in the reading, to have a point in time at which we are to regurgitate the information, makes it imperative to keep up the studies and so forth. And when that pressure's not on, time can go by very quickly. So I thank you all for taking this so seriously, because it's a foundational part of our community here that devotees are educated in the philosophy of Krishna consciousness and therefore strong in their own practice and able to teach others. And Michael, I guarantee you'll catch up after this class. Srivas Pandit Prabhu will go out of his way to make sure that you... See, it could be Krishna's arrangement that you get special one-on-one help. I know I get one-on-one help. I don't know why you should. So also, I've noted that Srivas Pandit Prabhu is eminently qualified to teach this. He's a fully faithful devotee in Krishna consciousness. He's tolerant. He's steady. And he's expert at the Shastra. Shastra Sunipuna. He knows how each Shastra relates, and he also understands the Siddhanta in relationship to how it's been passed down through the Parampara. He obviously studies very, very carefully, but in Shastra it is said, Yasya Devi Parabhaktir Yata Devi Tatagaro Tasyaite Katita Hyarta Prakashanti Mahatmanaha. That the import of the Vedas comes to one who is faithful to Guru and Krishna. So I also thank Srivas Pandit Prabhu for his dedication to this service, which was custom made specifically for him, just waiting for him to take this. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta oftentimes would find topical issues, things that philosophical points that people were making in public, for instance, about Mayavad or science or something like that, and then he would have his students write about those topics and point by point, through giving Shastric evidence, refute them. And then they would publish them in their paper. They published several newspapers that would come out. Srila Prabhupada also emphasized that for his disciples to write. He told them they should write something every day. And it's also important to take time to write, because as we study all these points of philosophy, they become especially assimilated and clear when we write them down. So the work that you're doing in this study is very important, and I pray to Srila Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Nityananda, may he may continue to bless you all to understand, appreciate, and be able to teach this knowledge to people all over the world. It's a crying need of the day. Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Dena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Dena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadahmayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvatutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktabrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Go Premanande Hari Hari Bo. It's World Holy Name Week, and I want to read to you a section from the Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, written by Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur, and it has some commentary by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And this is a section from the Madhya Lila, chapter 16, starting with text 267. It's a meeting between Haridas Thakur, who is the Namacharya, that is, he taught by example and by precept the importance of chanting the holy name of the Lord, and was especially empowered to do so by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Even though he was born in what was considered an untouchable family at the time in India, Lord Chaitanya accepted him as the topmost Vaishnav. And his chanting of the holy name is unparalleled. He was chanting 3 times 64 rounds every day. That's a lot of rounds with full taste. So in this section, he gives some important advice about the importance of chanting the holy name, especially the loud chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Horinari grami eka brahmananda durjan haridase deki krothe bale vachan. In this regard, there was once an impious Brahmin that lived in the village of Harinadi. He once angrily said to Haridas, "I Haridas, eki vyabhara tomar, Dhakiya je nam laha ki hetu ihar. O Haridas, what is this behavior? Why are you loudly chanting the names of the Lord? Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's purport. The foolish, ignorant, atheistic, fallen Brahmin said, there is no injunction for loudly chanting the names of Hari in any scripture. Rather, it is recommended that one chant within his mind. Therefore, the loud chanting of Hari's names by Haridas is prohibited by the scriptures. Therefore, his engagement in such activities is most improper. Being controlled by such blind faith, that Brahmana arrogantly asked Haridas the reason for his loud chanting. His conception was that since Haridas Thakur was not born in a seminal Brahmin family, he was completely unqualified to act as a spiritual master, the giver of the holy names. He feared that if Haridas loudly chanted the names of Hari, he would have to automatically hear the holy names from the mouth of a pure devotee, and thus naturally become his disciple. So he wanted Haridas to refrain from loudly chanting Harinam, which is the function of a Jagadguru. This proves the Brahmana's foolishness, ignorance, and mistaken ideas regarding the scriptural conclusions. Text 269. Mane mane japi bha e she dharma hoy dadiya loite nam kon shastrikoi. The injunction is that one should chant in his mind, which scripture says that one should chant loudly. Kara shiksha harinam dhakiya laite eta pandit shab balaha ihaite. Who has taught you to chant the name of Hari loudly? Please give your explanation before this assembly of learned scholars. Purport. The word shiksha, refers to one of the 6 corollaries of the Vedas by which pronunciation is regulated. Haridas balena ihar jatta tato tomar she jano hari namera mahatato. Haridas said, you all know the glories of Lord Hari's holy names. Therefore, I have simply repeated and will repeat whatever I have heard from you. Purport. Thakur Haridas, who never expected any honor but always honored others, humbly replied, I have not learned the incomparable glories of Hari's names from the Shastras to the path of argument. Now and in the future, I simply repeat whatever I have heard from those who are conversant with the glories of the holy names and who constantly chant the holy names of the Lord. Uchakari loe shata guna punya hoy doshatana kahe shastre guna se varnan. If one chants loudly, he gets 100 times more benefit. The scriptures never condemn loud chanting. Rather, they glorify it. Purport. The result one achieves by mentally chanting the names of Hari is multiplied 100 times by chanting loudly. This is the injunction of all scriptures. It is a fact that by chanting loudly one obtains 100 times greater results, and there is no fault in such chanting. It is to be understood that those who consider the Hare Krishna Mahamantra should only be chanted softly in japa are averse to realizing the purport of the scriptures. The 3 names of address, Hare, Krishna, and Rama, are meant both for japa and kirtan. One can call the Lord in his mind or out loud. If one calls the Lord loudly, then many persons can hear the name of the Lord and obtain auspiciousness by such hearing. Hearing the names of the Lord is one of the 9 principal limbs of devotional service. Unless the sadhus loudly chant the names of Hari, no one becomes qualified for the devotional process of hearing. Therefore, the false arguments of those who are averse to loud chanting are certainly incited by Kali. The chanting of the holy names is more or less imperceptible in the activities of meditation, sacrifice, and deity worship. That is why in Kali Yuga, various controversies arise in the performance of meditation, sacrifice, and deity worship. When those who are victims of Kali come forward to place obstacles in the path of the devotees' worship of Hari, then those devotees who are engaged in the Satya, Treta, and Dwapara process of meditation, sacrifice, and deity worship do not enter into argument. But those devotees who chant the names of Hari remove the wicked habits of the victims of Kali and chant the unlimited glories of the holy names for the eternal benefit of such people. This is the actual medicine for their argument-infected hearts. 274. Uchai shata gunan bhavet. If one loudly chants the holy names of the Lord, he obtains 100 times more benefit than by chanting softly or remembering the holy names. Viprabale. Ucha nam korila uchar. Shata guna punya pal. Koe ki heto ihar. The Brahmana said, how does one get 100 times more benefit by loud chanting? 276. Haridas Balina. Shunaha Mahashai Je Tatto Ihar Vede Bhagavate Kai. Haridas replied, my dear sir, listen to the verdict of the Vedas and Srimad Bhagavatam in this regard. Sarva Shastra Spuri Haridasera Shri Murke Lagya Karite Vakya Krishna Nanda Sukhe. Haridas then revealed the purport of all the scriptures as he began his explanation in the ecstasy of Krishna consciousness. Shuna Vipra Sakrit Shunile Krishna Nam Pashu Paki Kita Jaya Shri Vaikuntha Dham. That's a nice verse. Listen, dear Brahmana, even if even animals, birds, or insects hear the holy name from the mouth of a pure devotee, they will go to Vaikuntha. Purport, O Brahmana, when the transcendental sound of Krishna's holy names emanates from the mouths of sadhus, bhaktas, or Vaishnavas, and enters the ear holes of any living entity interested in serving the Lord, then that sound vibration certainly frees him from the bondage of Maya. The transcendental sound vibration removes the living entity's propensity for enjoyment and awakens their propensity for service to the Supreme Lord. Since unlike those of conditioned souls in the material sky, there is no ignorance or material enjoyment in the devotees' tongues, which are abodes of Vaikuntha. And since the transcendental holy names are full manifestations of Advaya Gyan, or the transcendental reality, devotees do not become entangled in material enjoyment while chanting. Therefore, if a living entity chants the transcendental name of the Lord, he becomes Jivan Mukta, liberated even in this life. In order to become liberated from the bondage of material existence, a conditioned soul should accept mercy from a liberated soul by accepting mantra diksha, or initiation. When one has perfected his chanting, he becomes qualified to loudly chant the holy names. He then becomes extremely distressed on seeing the conditioned souls, anartas, born of prajalpa, and mundane words that gratify the mind, both of which are unrelated to Krishna. As a Jagad Guru, he removes their propensities for mundane enjoyment and sends them to the kingdom of Vaikuntha. Ordinary foolish people think the Shastric statement that just by once chanting or hearing the transcendental name of the Lord, one is certain to go back to Vaikuntha is simply an exaggeration. But actually, the extraordinary influence of the transcendental name is not under the jurisdiction of the most tiny brains of such illusioned materialists who want to measure everything with their blunt material senses. If one considers the transcendental name to be in the category of material objects, then his enjoyment-prone, evil propensities do not allow him to understand the extraordinary transcendental spiritual name that is not perceivable to material senses. That is why the absence of faith in the Vedas or in Vaishnava literatures in pursuance of the Vedas is proof of a living entity's misfortune. Text 279. Once the cowherd men headed by Sri Nanda came to Ambikavan on the bank of the river Saraswati. After worshipping the demigods and brahmanas with a vow, they took rest there. At that time, a fierce-looking great snake began to swallow Nanda Maharaj. Hearing Nanda's cry of distress, Lord Krishna, who maintains his surrendered souls and who is affectionate to his father, touched that great snake with his left foot. The serpent was immediately freed from his reptilian body and appeared in the effulgent form of a Vidyadhara. And by the order of the Lord, he began to relate the history of his sinful activities in his previous life. While offering prayers, he describes the glories of receiving the touch of the Lord's lotus feet, which are rarely attained by the demigods, in the following verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yanama grinam akilam, shotrim atmanam evacha, sadya punati kim bhuyas, tasya sprishtas padahite. Anyone who chants your name purifies all who hear his chanting, as well as himself. How much more beneficial, then, is the touch of your lotus feet? Moreover, O Lord, I have been directly touched by your lotus feet. Now I will return to my own planet and purify everyone by my touch, as I have been purified by the touch of your lotus feet. By the statement, by once chanting the holy names of the Lord to a person, by once chanting the holy names of the Lord, a person purifies himself and others. The argument that chanting the holy names requires prior faith, in other words, the consideration that until knowledge of one's relationship with the Lord is based on faith, is awakened, there is no need to chant the holy names, is refuted. One can and should chant the names of the Lord while avoiding the 10 offenses, even during the 4 faithless situations of Sanketa, indirectly, Parihas, jokingly, Stoba, as musical entertainment, or Hela, neglectfully. By using the verb granan, or while chanting, in its present tense, the argument that the names are dependent on completeness, in other words, the necessity of considering that until one is able to fully chant the names of the Lord, it is improper and useless to partially chant the names, is refuted. This means that one can and should chant the names of the Lord even unclearly, improperly, and incompletely or partially by using the word akilan, or to the audience, the argument that chanting is dependent on qualification, in other words, the necessity of achieving mundane, temporary, external qualifications like taking bath, performing austerity, worshiping the deity, maintaining purity, studying the Vedas, accepting sannyas, practicing yoga, performing sacrifice, and accumulating piety, is refuted. In other words, any person in any condition can and should chant the holy names of the Lord. By using the word sadhya, or immediately, the argument that chanting is dependent on time, in other words, the consideration that one is purified by chanting only at particular times, not at any time, is refuted. In other words, if a person purely chants the holy names at any time, he can be fully purified. The use of the word shotrin, or to the audience, indicates that one should hear the holy names of the Lord. The word eva, which in this verse bears the meaning of iva or api, indicates that the chanter of the holy names can purify the audience like himself. So by this example, the glories of the holy name are further enhanced because the practices of both hearing and chanting yield the same results. By using the word cha in this verse, it is indicated that I will certainly and thoroughly purify persons who engage with me in hearing and chanting because I have been touched by your lotus feet. There's no doubt about this. Sri Sanatan Prabhu's and Sri Jiva Goswami Prabhu's Vaishnav Toshani. That was an excerpt that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur included in his purport from Sanatan Goswami and Jiva Goswami. It's a summary. Text 280. Although animals, birds, and insects cannot chant, when they hear the holy names, they will all be delivered. If one silently chants the names of Krishna, then he is delivered. But if one loudly chants, then he delivers others also. Purport. One who softly chants the transcendental names benefits only himself, whereas one who loudly and congregationally chants the transcendental names can benefit the audience along with himself. Only a spiritual master who is engaged in Krishna Kirtan is compassionate to all living entities and able to perform the highest welfare activities for all. 282. Therefore, the scriptures say that one gets 100 times more benefit by chanting loudly. One who loudly chants the holy names of the Lord is 100 times greater than one who silently chants, because those who chant silently purify themselves, while those who chant loudly purify themselves as well as those who hear them. This verse was spoken by Prahlad Maharaj in the Naradiya Purana. Text 284. Japa karta hoite ucha sankirtana kari shatta guna adhika she puranete dhari. The Puranas say that a person who chants the Lord's name loudly is 100 times more pious than the person who chants to himself. How is everyone? Okay. Persons who loudly and congregationally chant the holy names of Hari obtain 100 times better results than those who chant the holy names softly. If a person secretly hears some ordinary words on the pretext of hearing Harinam from a foolish so-called guru, and being tempted by material enjoyment engages in motivated worship, then he will never achieve eternal auspiciousness. Whereas if one loudly chants the pure holy name heard from the mouth of a liberated Mahabhagavat spiritual master, then other Vaishnavas who hear that chanting will discuss the glories of the Harinam all amongst each other. As a result, the loud chanters are more benefited than the soft chanters. Those who cannot realize the difference between Namaparadha, Namabhasa, and Shuddhanam often commit the first of the 10 Namaparads, criticizing a sadhu or Vaishnav who has fully taken shelter of the holy names. And they commit the grave offense of disregarding the spiritual master by considering him a mortal being and envying him. They commit offense by considering material objects as worshipable and seeing Lord Vishnu, the controller of all, as equal to the demigods. As a result, they become Vaishnava offenders by being faithless of the unalloyed devotees, Vaishnavas. They then become inattentive to the service of Sri Nam Prabhu, and the offenses of considering the glories of chanting the holy name as imaginary and giving some interpretation on the holy name capture them. Then they consider the holy names as equal to pious activities and become attached to committing sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy names. Being greedy for donations, such people accept the garb of a guru and, like common merchants, pretend to give instructions on the holy name to the faithless persons. In this way, they bring inauspiciousness to the entire world. Being overwhelmed by thoughts of I and mine, they gradually become averse to the Vedic literatures and literatures in pursuance of the Vedic version. These 10 offenses result in the fall down of chanters. But by the influence of good association, the loud chanters of the holy names understand these offenses and therefore retire from the inconvenience of Nirjan Bhajan. It's very auspicious to distribute the holy name to others, both by loudly chanting and by the loudest kind of chanting, which is when the kirtan is in written form. This is not something I made up or my own bias, but it is something that Srila Prabhupada wrote many times, and I just included 3 of those quotes in something I was writing, where he says that this written kirtan, the books which describe the holy name and so forth, are not just kirtan, they're better kirtan because they can penetrate impenetrable places and they can go further, and the vibration lasts for many, many years, hundreds of years, sometimes thousands, written form, books. And in general, the idea of distributing the holy names by going out into public and chanting very loudly is Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, actually not generally, but very specifically here, is saying is more beneficial for the devotees. it's more merciful, and it induces others to begin chanting the name and thinking about the name as well. O Brahmana, listen carefully to the reason behind this. One who softly chants the holy name liberates only himself. One who loudly chants the names of Govinda, however, liberates himself along with all living entities who hear him. Although all living entities have a tongue, only the human beings are able to chant the names of Krishna. Purport: apart from human beings, all other living entities also have tongues. Yet even though they are able to make various sounds, no living entity other than a human being is able to chant the names of Krishna. Some people may say the birds can also The birds can also imitate making sounds like the name of Krishna, and as a result, they can also attain a higher destination, such as liberation. In reply to this, it may be said that imitating and following are two completely separate activities. Although the imitators may make various sounds perceivable to senses in the material sky as the name of Krishna, they are not uttering with service inclined tongues the pure holy name of Krishna situated in the spiritual sky and perceivable to purified senses. I like that. Service inclined tongues. S-I-T. The materially motivated sounds resembling the holy names that are uttered for the purpose of material enjoyment that is unrelated to Krishna are not Vaikunthanam, or spiritual names. Since such sounds are able to award insignificant results, they are simply known as namaparadha, or offenses to the holy names. And as such, they cannot awaken one's love for Krishna, which is the fruit of chanting the pure names. 288. Tell me, what is wrong with the activity by which living entities who have taken useless births will be delivered? Purport: although all living entities are not able to chant the spiritual names, they can certainly hear the spiritual names chanted by devotees of the Lord. The lives of those who are not qualified to hear the spiritual names are certainly most useless. Since by hearing the chanting of the spiritual names, all living entities can be eligible for liberation in this lifetime, such loud chanting of Hari's names can never be the subject of argument, fault, or criticism. Keha apanari mantra kare poshan. Keha va poshana kare sahasreka jano. One person may maintain himself while another may maintain 1,000 people. Of the two, consider carefully who is better. This is the superior characteristic of loud chanting. After hearing the words of Haridas, the Brahmana began to angrily blaspheme him. Now even Haridas has become a philosopher. I can see that Vedic culture is being destroyed by the course of time. It is stated that Shudras will explain the Vedas at the end of Kali Yuga. But why only at the end of the age? We see it as happening now. This is how you advertise yourself so you can eat nicely at others' houses. If the explanation that you have made is not true, then it will cut off your nose and ears. Hearing the words of that sinful Brahmana, Haridas smiled and chanted the name of Hari. He did not speak further to that atheistic Brahmana, but left immediately while loudly chanting the holy names. The sinful members of that assembly were all wicked-minded. They neither supported the authorized statements of Haridas, nor did they protest the offensive words of the Brahman. They were Brahmanas only in name. Actually, they were all demons fit to be punished by Yamaraj. In Kali Yuga, demons are born in the families of Brahmanas only to harass the saintly persons. In the Kali Yuga, demons will take birth in the families of Brahmanas to harass those rare persons who are conversant with the Vedic way of life. The scriptures forbid one from touching, speaking to, or offering respects to such Brahmanas. There is no need to speak further on this. Even by mistake, one should not touch or speak to those Brahmanas who have no devotion for the Supreme Lord. If a person born in a Brahmin family is an Avaishnav, a non-devotee, one should not see his face, exactly as one should not look upon the face of a Chandal or dog-eater. However, a Vaishnav found in Varnas other than Brahmana can purify the three worlds. One who converses with a non-devotee Brahmana loses his piety. Within a few days, that wretched Brahmana was attacked by smallpox and as a result, his nose melted away and fell off. The punishment he had proposed for Haridas Thakur was awarded to himself by Krishna. Aggrieved to see the entire world absorbed in sense gratification, Haridas would sigh deeply as he chanted the holy name of the Lord. After a few days, Haridas went to Navadvip with the desire to associate with the Vaishnavas there. So I read that particular section because of the emphasis on the loud chanting of the holy names. We just had a Holyname Sankirtan performance in Palo Alto on Friday night, and it was pretty loud. And we noticed the results that some people were immediately captured by the chanting and dancing, and the entire scene is so exotic. And the name is all attractive. One man on a motorcycle came up and he parked, and his helmet was on, and he sat there for at least half an hour just staring incredulously at the chanters, transfixed, until Lavanya Mataji went over and talked to him for another half an hour, because she was enlightening him, giving him some philosophy behind the whole thing. And then he stayed for another half an hour after that. And there were others that would come up to the chanting party, and they would stand and appreciate. I think in America, many Westerners are hearing about kirtan in their yoga classes. Certainly in many or most yoga classes nowadays, teachers do some kind of mantra chanting, and they talk about the power of the sound vibration and so forth. So people are a little bit acquainted with it. And oftentimes those people will appreciate that we're doing it publicly, and they'll do one of these, or they'll just smile and say they're very nice, very good. And there's some people who walk along and they're dumbfounded by what they see. They've never heard of it before, and it looks like the most bizarre thing they've ever seen. In fact, I remember in Honolulu, which is a place where a lot of tourists come, when we used to have Harinam Sankirtan on Kalakaua Avenue. And there are people who don't travel much their whole lives, but they'll save up a lot of their money. And when they retire, their dream is to go to Hawaii, because they heard it's like heaven there. And when they get there, and the first night they come out of their hotel and they walk down and they see devotees chanting Hare Krishna, they literally look like they've seen someone who's landed from another planet, and they're aghast, sometimes afraid. And I see sometimes people pulling their children away as quickly as possible, don't look, and so forth. It gets all kinds of reactions from various kinds of people, but it's undeniable, the attractive force of the Harinam, and that is people walking by oftentimes involuntarily chant themselves, or they'll begin dancing and so forth. And this loud chanting has a great effect. You can hear from devotees all over the world about the first times they heard the holy name being chanted in a public place or on the radio or somewhere else, and how it captured their mind and they couldn't stop thinking about it. And this is because Krishna and his name are non-different, and just as Krishna's all attractive, his name is all attractive, but there's something special about his name that it penetrates the airwaves and goes into people's ears and their hearts. Even if they weren't looking for the form of Krishna, when they hear the name Krishna, that invokes some special feeling. It's such an exotic name, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And people hear it, and then they hear the chanting over and over and over again of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Even if they don't know about bhakti. Rupa Goswami says in his Namashtakam that Yadabaso Pyudyan Kavalita Bhava Dvanta Vibhavo Drisham Tatvandanam Api Dishiti Bhakti Pranayinim. Even if somebody's in the darkest ignorance, they have no idea what is bhakti. That intelligence to understand bhakti will awaken by hearing the Hare Krishna chant. It's so powerful, the names of Krishna. So loud chanting is encouraged by Haridas Thakur, by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. There's a benefit to teaching other people the holy name. When we go out for book distribution, for instance, after we sell a book to someone, we normally then ask them, do you believe in the power of prayer? And 95% of the people say, yes. The other 5% say, no. And we say no, they say no, we say perfect, I'll teach you a mantra. So then we show them the mantra on a card, and we say, so I'm going to teach you this prayer, which is meant to wake up love for God in your heart. And it's a little difficult to pronounce, so I'll say it first one time, and then you can repeat. Are you ready?
Yes.
So we have to say that because the mind is like a little fish. It sits and then can dart off in any second. And unless you catch that fish really quickly, say, you ready to chant Hare Krishna now? Then the mind can get away, and the living entity doesn't get the full benefit. So you have to be a little tricky, like a fisherman, ready to catch the fish. So you say, it's a little hard to pronounce, so I'm going to say it. So you know, are you ready? And then after that, yes, I'm ready. So now when you get two minds together, that means two people together in a group. Sometimes that makes it more complex, because one person will say, I'm ready, and the other person might have some doubt. And the first person says, I'm ready to chant, and the second person says, don't do it. Grab him by the arm and say, don't do it. And the other, but why? What's the matter? You don't know what's going to happen. What's in that mantra? You don't know. And this is true. We don't know what's in the mantra. It's such a deep subject that the acharyas write volumes and volumes about the mantra, what's in the mantra. And the more they chant it, the more they want to hear it. Those who are dedicated to this mantra, they chant it and they want to hear it more. They want to chant it more. Rupa Goswami says that as I chant the holy names, I desire that I may have more and more tongues and ears so I can take it in all at the same time. And there's plenty of seats up front too, so feel free, unless you need an exit row. I know some parents ordered an aisle seat. But if you don't mind a middle seat, we have bulkhead up here. You can take that. So then people will repeat. We'll say, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
Rama Rama.
Rama.
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
And there it is. You've asked them to chant. They don't know what it is. They didn't have any expectation that it was going to clear away their past sinful activities. But they just say it because you told them to do it, or you asked them to do it. And the Shastras say that the result of this is inestimable. That a person, even who contemptuously says, Hare Krishna, you guys should go away, gets inestimable benefit. They become cleared of sins. And it's because Krishna and his name are non-different. And also indicated in this section is that when sadhus, when devotees, when those who are dedicated to following the path of the saints have taken up the process of chanting Hare Krishna, and they go out and represent that sound vibration to people in public, it has a special potency. Krishna actually appears there. And therefore, the benefit that someone gets who will say Hare Krishna, the whole mantra, with no expectation, is remarkable. And what's also remarkable is that when we watch people chant the holy name like that, and we contemplate what is the shastric evidence for the benefit that person will get, and also we experience the happiness of giving, the best thing. Then when we chant in our own japa sessions, for instance, the next day, like if you were out chanting Harinam on the street, one remembers all the people and how fascinated they were by the holy name. And when you teach people one-on-one the chanting of the holy name, and they say things like, oh, don't chant it, something might be in it. Or they chant it, and then some people say, what was that? What did you just do to me? And some people halfway through the mantra, they're sort of smiling like, okay, you got me to do this. And I know I'm saying something that's really powerful. And it's a remarkable connection between two conscious living beings. And then, of course, Krishna is there watching the whole activity, and he's appreciating. He said he appreciates those who distribute this. And this increases one's own practice of chanting. Because again and again, you'll remember, what is it that I'm distributing? Let me taste it myself. Let me see what it is other people are getting. The more you see the reflection in other people's consciousness through their facial expression, and you feel it heart to heart, that they got something, and that they were looking for something, and you were able to give it to them, the more you can value what you have. And you think, okay, now let me take it myself. Don't let my mind rob me of this opportunity to actually get what I'm giving. Let me see what it is that I'm actually giving out. Let me taste this for myself, the real thing. And this is a life worth living. This deeper and deeper experimentation into stilling the mind for the sake of hearing the mantra, and then studying about the mantra from the Shastras to fortify oneself in the process of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. And then the mantra, of course, is Krishna, and he reveals himself proportionately to one's surrender in the process of chanting Hare Krishna. So this can go on and on and on. And the great liberated souls who have no more entanglement in time-wasting activities in the material world, they minimize those to the point where they don't have any superfluous activities like prajalpa. Prajalpa, that means unnecessary talking or taking in information that's not useful to increasing their Krishna consciousness. But there may be some physical activity that one has to go to through eating, sleeping, eliminating so many things. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita in this regard, that only out of habit would he go through these daily activities. But his mind was absorbed in how to get back to the mantra or keep the mantra going. And we can get this momentum. At any stage, one can gain this momentum for chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. That's why it's a perfect process. It's something that's available to everyone. It's not so far away or difficult to obtain that one cannot attain this even as one's working in a job, for instance, 9 to 5. The conscious and deliberate chanting of 16 rounds can be fit in anywhere in one's life, even if one works long hours at work. And then the effect will be there throughout one's entire day and life. And in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yujyacha mayarpita mano buddhir mami vaishyatya samshayaha. That you should think of me always and go on and do your work at the same time. And in the purport, Prabhupada says that this means that one should chant Hare Krishna and then do one's work. And the two things combined, living your life, but at the same time getting momentum in chanting Hare Krishna by doing it every day carefully and planning how to make it better every day, will transform the rest of your life. Just like if you take a big pot of milk and you take a little dollop. You know what a dollop is? What is it? Yeah, it's like it's what? A plop? It's just... A dollop is just a spoonful of dahi, yogurt. And you add that to the big pot of milk. And then you put the milk in a proper environment. It means it's a little bit warm, right? And just leave it. Then what happens? The whole pot turns to yogurt. So in this similar way, although one might think, I'm overwhelmed by my work. I'm overwhelmed by my responsibilities in the world. But if you add this dollop, this 16 rounds is a dollop of chanting to your milk-like existence, your pot of milk-like existence, then the entire pot will transform. That's That's the nature of Krishna Nam. Krishna transforms. He's so powerful. Even if you take a dollop, even if someone takes one name, what to speak of a dollop, what to speak of every day. So it's efficacious. The process works. And so we should take it as a medicine every day and become scientists to study what it is and try to experiment in the own laboratory of your consciousness. I've seen some scientists in my day, spiritual scientists. I observe them very carefully. What do they do? The ones who are very serious. I mean, even in the academic world, there are some scientists, some academicians who are more serious than others, and you watch how they organize their life. I mean, I've seen some, you go in their house and you can barely move because it's books everywhere. And they can't get away from their work. They're always, everywhere you turn, you see that. The spiritual scientists are like that too. You'll notice their environment. If you go into the environment, you'll notice everything's tuned towards catching that name, to be able to hear the name better. They don't have any distractions. There's no other vibration coming into their environment. This is a true sign. The vibration doesn't penetrate. They're not only are they not interested in the vibration coming in, they make sure that their environment doesn't allow it in. Because it's a very subtle science. The science of spiritual realization is very subtle. I mean, even the idea of us leaving the body, no one gets it. Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita. At least stupid people don't get it. That's what Krishna says, not me. He says, Vimuda nana pashyanti jnana chakshusa. Vimuda. I mean, it's very stupid people. Vimuda nana pashyanti. They don't see it because it's very subtle. And if you're taking in vibration that's not subtle, that's on a different frequency than the holy name, the Srimad Bhagavatam, then you can miss it. But the enjoyment, when the more and more subtle, the more and more, the higher and higher the enjoyment is. So, devotees organize their life around this principle, spiritual scientists, and I've seen some. You walk into their home and you can observe for yourself with your own eyes. I do this when I'm traveling a lot. In fact, when Satyadev Prabhu and I used to travel a lot together to Japan and other places, and we'd visit different people's homes, and we just observe. How's everything set up? And you can tell how it's set up. What's the central focus of their house? And you can see for yourself when you look around, what's the focus? Just how the furniture's set up, how maybe the altar's set up, where their sitting place is. It becomes obvious that the person's tuned in to, there's a place worn in the floor practically where they sit, and they're trying to tune into that subtle vibration of the holy name. This is real life. This is the experimentation of spiritual life, which actually captivates the mind and takes one away from the realm of gross and subtle sense gratification. It becomes distasteful, actually, because one's tuning into a higher frequency. That and much, much more than one could write in volumes, is all available in the Hare Krishna chant. And so, loudly chanting distributes that out into the environment. It's actually amazing that such a subtle process would be, or that Krishna in such a subtle form as the holy name is amenable to being distributed so widely. That's his mercy. And therefore Rupa Goswami says, Vacham vachakam ityudeti bhavato nama swarupa dvayam. That Krishna has his form, and also there's the name that describes the form. Now listen to this because it's really powerful. There's Krishna and his name. And the name is describing Krishna. But the name and Krishna are not different. Binatvam nama namino. They're exactly the same. But then Rupa Goswami makes a distinction. He says that the name is more merciful than the named. Vacham vachakam ityudeti bhavato nama Swarupa Dvayam. There's no difference, but then he said there's a difference. Purvasva parameva hanta karunam tatrapi janimahe. One is more merciful than the other. Because if one, out of stupidity or by mistake, turns away from Krishna, the name will still assail that person. The name will still assail and avail himself to that person. And all he has to do is take up the chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then Rupa Goswami says that name brings him back in. Brings him back in. So, the loud chanting is amazing. The other night, after the Harinam on Friday night, I felt complete satisfaction. And I was thinking, you can't find satisfaction anywhere in the material world. At least I can't. I don't know about you. I can't find it anywhere. It's very hard to find satisfaction. I do like prasadam. I mean, I have to admit that. When there's prasadam, it's like, I feel satisfied. The whole process, Sharira, Vijajal, the fact that I'm getting called to come take prasadam. I mean, there's no anxiety in that at all, and I do feel fully satisfied. But in management there's all kinds of things that can cause anxiety in this world. But one place there's no anxiety that gives complete satisfaction and happiness is in this Harinam Sankirtan. To go out in public and chant Hare Krishna and watch as the holy name is affecting people. It's part of the interesting aspect to just see it bouncing off the walls and it catches people here and there. There were two young men who were frozen across the street. Did you see them? Across the street, they were just, for an hour, they just stood there and watched also. And then we went up the street on the Harinam Sankirtan and we went inside the Loving Hut. You know the Loving Hut? It's a restaurant. It's all vegan kind of stuff. But it was 1 minute before closing. So we went up there. We've been in before. I knocked on the window and you know, the lady knows we're coming in anyway. But they have some sattva gun in there because they have some spiritual mission and they like us. So we all went in. We all went inside. And there were a few customers in there eating, you know, and they thought, well, this is an added bonus. And the devotees feel happy, too. They go inside an establishment and think, whoa, we don't get to do this every day. And then the lady came out from behind the counter with a big jar of these chocolates. They're all vegan, by the way. And she took them and started distributing them to everybody in the group. And she was, you know, really appreciating that there's something special happening here. In Bengal, the first time that the Western devotees went back, the devotees there, they're followers of Mahaprabhu. They know what Sankirtan is. They know what it means. And when Prabhupada went away to America, and everyone thought he'll never come back, people thought, you know, he would starve to death. There's nothing to eat. His Hinduism's ruined. I mean, who knows what everyone thought? He won't be. And no one dreamed that he would. What would actually happen? And when he brought back this big chanting party of Americans, men and women, dressed in saris and dhotis, chanting, spinning, jumping, they were coming out and they were grabbing the dust off the ground where the devotees had sat and they were rubbing it all over their body. They were doing artik to the devotees as they went by because they understood the significance of this loud chanting of the holy name, how important it was. I think sometimes that we have such an opportunity here in America that we could take it more advantage of. I was just thinking that one little corner we had and it became the spiritual world right on Bryant and University Avenue. Isn't that a nice spot? It just feels like our spot, and there's nothing that can touch that spot because the holy name is protecting everything. And just imagine how we could expand that outwardly all over the Bay Area. Just think globally, work locally. Vaisesika Prabhu and I have been talking for some time. A while back I had an idea about having a kirtan with 108 madungas. And so I ordered 108 madungas. They came 54 at a time. You know that, right? We sold a lot of them. I think there's probably still 40 or 50 left over in Alicia's house. We put them in her. But my idea was to get 108 madungas and, get everyone trained up how to play the madunga and kartals and everything like that. I figured, just build it and then everyone will come. So anyway, I talked to Vaisesika about it a while ago, and he's really into it. He wants to do it next year, right before the San Francisco Rath Yatra. And once Vaisesika Prabhu gets going on something, and so he's making plans. He just wrote me 2 days ago, and he's getting together with big organizers. He's asking kirtaniyas all over the world, wherever he goes, will you come for this? So what we're thinking about doing, we're planning to do, is to have these 108 kirtan parties, and we'll map it out in San Francisco. They'll start in various parts of the city, and then there'll be a route where they'll all meet in a central location. And we'll get the press involved, so we'll let them know that this massive kirtan is going to take place in a central place. And along the way, each one of these parties will have, a walking kirtan going on with some distribution of prasadam and books or something like that. And then they'll all merge into one, big place with 108 madungas. Of course, that won't be the most that was ever played in the world, but... Yeah, Vaisesika Prabhu, he's a genius when it comes to marketing and presenting these things, and now he's pulling it along. I don't think this can be denied. So I just thought I'd bring it up as a seed idea. So you should all think about that. No matter where you are, you got to, be here, and that'll be something nice, right? Because what else is going on in San Francisco? And I just see in my own hometown of Burlingame, they just spent probably millions of dollars. They're in the process. The Burlingame Avenue is supposed to be, but yeah, you've seen, they're putting in this really fancy sidewalk as if it's like, I don't know, Fifth Avenue, or I can't even say that, Rodeo Drive, or maybe that's too gauche. Okay. But whatever it is, they're putting a lot in. And I was walking up the street the other day, Burlingame Avenue, and I was thinking, that's a very fancy sidewalk. What are people selling along the way? Well, there's Gap. And there's Banana Republic. And there's, what else? There's restaurants. And the Tribeca, there's a few knickknacks and doodads, like, it's all clothes. Clothes or food. It's not going to satisfy the soul at all. Nothing there that's transcendental vibration where people are going to feel satisfaction the next day after they walked out. And so that's the epitome of the whole material world. Everyone's building all these fancy altars to prajalpa and to threads. People wear so many clothes in America. The clothes in America now actually come from Bangladesh, one of the poorest countries in the world. And the Bangladeshi clothes, 95% are all manufactured, though. They all get sent over here. They pay them a couple pennies per hour. And then the clothes come over here and they'll charge, $100, $200, $300 for a shirt. And then you know what happens? People wear it once, twice. They give it to the Goodwill, mostly. And the Goodwill can't handle it all, so they bundle it up in these big bundles, just like hay bundles, and they ship it back to Bangladesh. This is what's going on other than Harinam. Jagarini, could you give her the microphone, please? Oh, you definitely need it. It's being broadcast.
I was just thinking, if the streets are being widened in Burlingame, couldn't we do Harinam there?
Yeah, I'd like to do a Harinam in Burlingame sometime. That would be nice. And there's a nice place right in front of the train station that could be our base. I've seen other groups go there and have some kind of mela. And we could have our thing there. It's right at the cross section, and we could go around the street. It'd be good. Okay. Good. Now, I just have one more thing I just want to read to you. Is that okay? You just have a few minutes left. Who said that? Yes, Vrindavan's very enthusiastic. And I think he's going to be one of our 108 Mridanga players. Because he's coming up so fast in the Mridanga that by then he'll be one of not just ISV's best, but maybe America's best Mridanga players. What do you think? Vrindavan? Yeah, okay. So everyone should get ready for this. We should think big, right? How to spread the holy name everywhere. You know, in New York City, Ram Roy. You know the story of Ram Roy? Great soul, Ram Roy. You should hear about this. Fantastic. Ram Roy was a book distributor for many years, and he spent a lot of time in Vrindavan in the 24-hour kirtan. And he just was like a fish in water there in the heart. And he was very much attached to Indra Prabhu in his kirtan, because Indra was very focused on this kirtan. And then Indra Prabhu suddenly passed away. And this happens all the time, so make a note of it, that anyone can pass away at any time. There's no guarantees. Your mind is saying, you know, I'm guaranteed at least 30 years. But it's not true. You're not guaranteed any time. Anything can go at any time. But he was shocked, Ram Roy was, when Indra left, and he was feeling intense separation. So out of a sense of duty to spread the Sankirtan movement, he moved to New York City. And he started a kirtan program in a park, which is called Washington Square Park. And he goes every day. He's been every day. He doesn't miss a day. And he sets up a carpet on the ground, and devotees come and accompany him, and he has ecstatic kirtan for hours, all day long, in this park. And now it's become a phenomenon in New York. People come from everywhere to see this kirtan, and you can see videos of it on YouTube, people standing around watching every day, every day, every day. And what happens when you do this? Something amazing. Prabhupada did it. That was Prabhupada's strategy. He went to Thompson Square Park. He sat down. He said, I didn't go there to attract a crowd. I went there to glorify Krishna, and look what happened. Anybody can do this. It's open. You can go to any place in your own hometown, or you can, take your family and say, we're moving to wherever. And we'll sit down and we'll just chant Hare Krishna and see what happens. I saw the other day there's a devotee doing that in some godforsaken city here in America. He just took his family and they're sitting down chanting, and they're going to start a temple. And then the press came out and said, what are you doing here with your family? He said, we just came here to start a temple. Do you have any resources? No, we're just chanting Hare Krishna. That's how it all starts. But if you start chanting the Maha Mantra anywhere you go, and you go out regularly do it, it'll expand into something that no one could have ever imagined, because it's all Krishna doing it. And that's what the whole Hare Krishna movement is based on, is Hare Krishna. It's all Hare Krishna, because everything's in the name. There's nothing lacking. And I thought of the title for tonight's talk, which, by the way, was All Vitamins Are There Within the Holy Name. Because my friend Jai Sachinandan Prabhu, a long time ago, he was in Vrindavan, and he had gone, I think it was Krishnadas Babaji, Akinchana Krishnadas Babaji. He had gone to visit him, and he had told him this one thing. He came back to New York, where I was, and he said that this great sadhu had told me something very important. I said, what is it? He said, all vitamins are there within the holy name. Because he had been fasting for Ekadashi, and he wasn't eating much, and he said, Maharaj, you have to eat. He said, all vitamins are there within the holy name. So everything that we need is there complete in the holy name. We just have to take it. Become spiritual scientists. You have to tune in. You have to tune into the holy name. Tuning in takes a little technology. You have to arrange your life in such a way so you can actually hear the vibration. When you hear the vibration, everything else happens by itself. But that's yoga. Yoga means you have to first you have to have a little interest in it. Then you actually have to tune yourself. That part you have to do. That part you have to do. You have to pick up and do something. You have to deal with the discipline of tuning into the holy name. That's the whole process of yoga. And then from that, everything else will happen. And this book, you can see I like this book because I put little markers wherever there's a point that I want to remember. And also, I do highlight sometimes in pages, and this one has a lot of highlights, so I'm going to read a little bit from it. Is that all right? Okay, this is a famous verse from Devahuti. And she says, Yanamadheya shravanadu kirtanad, yet pravanad, yet smaranad api kochit, shwadho pisadya savanaya kalpate kutak punas te bhagavan nudarshanat. To say nothing of the spiritual advancement of persons who see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face, even a person born in a family of dog-eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or chants about him, hears about his pastimes, offers him obeisances, or even remembers him. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Herein, the spiritual potency of chanting, hearing, and remembering the holy names of the Supreme Lord is greatly stressed. Rupa Goswami has discussed the sequence of sinful activities of the conditioned soul, and he has established in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that those who engage in devotional service become freed from the reactions of all sinful activities. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. The Lord says that he takes charge of one who surrenders unto him, and he makes him immune to all reactions to sinful activities. I just heard, before I came down here, Harisari Prabhu talking to Prabhupada. It's a very interesting, intimate, lively conversation. Prabhupada's in such a wonderful mood. And Harisari Prabhu was telling Prabhupada some things from the Bible. And one of the things he was telling Prabhupada was that Lord Jesus was teaching his disciples that if they just go out and preach, then everything will be supplied to them. They don't have to worry about anything else. And then Jesus gave the example of birds in the field that his disciples should observe and see how everything's being supplied to them naturally. You can see that. Birds, because I have a bird feeder in my backyard. My father gave it to me before he passed away, so I figured I'd use it, and I set it up. And for a while I was refilling it. They eat really fast. And then I was traveling all summer, so I didn't fill it. And I came back, and you know what? The birds are still alive. They're fine. And I was looking at it today. I was like, I haven't fed the birds in a long time, but they're still alive. How do they go on? It's a miracle. And it is a miracle, actually. And it's an even bigger miracle for those who risk everything and they say, I'm going to take shelter of Krishna. And then they say, I'm going to do my work for Krishna, and I'm just going to let the results come as they will. Now that's a life. That's a real life. Don't worry about over-controlling anything or trying to control the outcome. Just take shelter of Krishna. If by chanting the holy name of the Supreme Personality of God one becomes so swiftly cleared of all reactions to sinful activities, then what is to be said of those persons who see him face to face? Another consideration here is that persons who are purified by the process of chanting and hearing become immediately eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. Generally, only a person who is born in a family of Brahmanas, who has been reformed by the 10 kinds of purificatory processes and who is learned in Vedic literature, is allowed to perform the Vedic sacrifices. But here the word sadhya, immediately, is used. And Sridhar Swami also remarks that one can immediately become eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices. A person born in a family of the low caste, which is accustomed to eat dogs, is so positioned due to his past sinful activities, but by chanting or hearing once in pureness, or in an offenseless manner, he is immediately relieved of the sinful reaction. Not only is he relieved of the sinful reaction, but he immediately achieves the result of all purificatory processes. Taking birth in the family of a Brahmana is certainly due to pious activities in one's past life, but still a child who is born in a family of a Brahmana depends for his further reformation upon initiation into acceptance of the sacred thread and many other reformatory processes. But a person who chants the holy name of the Lord, even if born in a family of chandals, dog-eaters, does not need reformation. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna, he immediately becomes purified and becomes as good as the most learned Brahmins. I'm going to read one more paragraph. Sridhar Swami especially remarks in this connection, Anena pujatvam lakshate. Some caste brahmanas remark that by chanting Hare Krishna, purification begins. Of course, that depends on the individual process of chanting. But this remark of Sridhar Swami's is completely applicable if one chants the holy name of the Lord without offense, for he immediately becomes more than a brahmana. As Sridhar Swami says, pujatvam, he immediately becomes as respectable as the most learned brahmana, and he can be allowed to perform Vedic sacrifices. It's simply by chanting the holy name of the Lord one becomes sanctified instantly. Then what can be said of those persons who see the Supreme Lord face to face and who understand the descent of the Lord as Devahuti understands Kapila Dev? So there are many verses like this throughout the Srimad Bhagavatam that we can take shelter of. And by fortifying our minds, by hearing these verses, and by regulating our practice of chanting, japa is very important, and it's important to have kirtan in your home also. If you can have a daily kirtan in your house, then the whole family becomes purified. Just to have at least 10 minutes of kirtan. And it doesn't require instrumentation. You can just chant with your hands, clapping like this. And if you have some kartals or something like that, it's nice also. And if you have a picture of Panchatattva in your home, you can chant before Panchatattva. They're especially worshipped by this process of chanting. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangashtra Parshadam Jagnai Sankirtana Prayar Yajantihi Sumedasaha. Those who are intelligent in the age of Kali congregationally chant the holy name of the Lord, and that way they worship the incarnation of the age, Lord Chaitanya, who's always singing the names of Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared with his associates, his weapons, his confidential companions, all just to propagate this process of chanting Hare Krishna. And then we also have a very firm verse from the Brihad Naradiya Purana that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual master taught to him, in which he told him he should always keep constant in his consciousness, which is Harinama, Harinama, Harinama Eva Kevalam, Kalaunyasteva Nasteva Nasteva Gatiranyata. That in the age of Kali, there's no other way than chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name. So, the mind has a tendency to want to dabble in so many things. The mind has a tendency to say that this won't work, let me try something else. That's why it likes newer and newer things, because it's very fickle. But if you stick to one thing that's completely authorized, which is the chanting of Hare Krishna, and that's why the Shastra says it 3 times, just to emphasize, you don't have to go elsewhere. Just do this, and you'll get everything else that's required. Then you'll make inestimable advancement in spiritual life, and you'll feel complete satisfaction. This is what we're selling, this product. This product has been passed down for many, many generations. It's a family business to pass it on to others. There are other family businesses been around for a long time. Disney is a family business. Ford is a family business. Birla, Tata. They're all family businesses. The oldest recorded family business is in Japan, Hoshi Hotel. It's been around for they say, about 700 years. They opened the doors of that hotel. Same family running it, by the way. Same hotel, too. I don't know if they have Wi-Fi. But it's Japan. They probably do. But they don't know that the oldest family business, the Brahma Madhvakodaya Sampradaya, they think Hoshis are old. They're about 150 trillion years late. because that's when the real family business started. Krishna to Brahma, Brahma to Narada. I'm just talking about how the family business is passing on this vibration. The vibration of the holy name, the vibration of the Srimad Bhagavatam and the other Shastras. This is what the devotees do. They're spiritual scientists. And not only that, they're marketers. Not just scientists, but they're marketers. Our whole line, they're marketers, they're thinking. And as you can see from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's purports here, he's not having any of this keep it to yourself mentality. It's all outward. This is coming from Mahaprabhu. Distribute, 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 and it will expand in your own life. It's so important. So this is our family business. You could take part in this family business. Take the product, distribute the product to other people. You have to sample it too. Any good marketing company knows this. People, that's how they sell, by testimonial mostly. Facts tell, but stories sell. You know that, right? So when somebody, they take some weird vitamin or something, they have all these schemes for selling vitamins. Say, yeah, I took the vitamins, my grandma took it, or wrinkles fell off, and everything, my whole life is... And then people, that's how they sell. So we should take the product and then distribute the product, become distributor of the holy name. And you can join the family business, and then you'll always feel satisfied and happy. What a great product, huh? And now, is our Kirtaniya here? Did he arrive? No, SKP texted me and said that a devotee is here from Atlanta. Is he here? Because, see, I had two instructions. One is end class early, because there's going to be a play. And the other one was wait for this other Kirtaniya, because he's going to lead the evening artik. So now we'll just have to have silence for about 15, 20 minutes. We'll take a couple of reflections. Reflection means any one thing that you heard so far that's stuck in your mind. Yes. Rasika Shiromani.
I had a question, Prabhu. When we go out on Harinams and all, when we were in Woodstock, when Harinam was going on, different kinds of people were taking part in it, right? So they come for a moment and they chant the holy name, and sometimes they go away. So do we understand that their spiritual life has begun now and the seed has been sown and then it will fructify later? Is that the understanding?
And I know it's true because it happened to me. I used to watch the devotees on Sproul Plaza. That's on the Berkeley campus. I'm from Lafayette. I grew up in Lafayette. That's where my parents' house was. And they both had a lot to do with UC Berkeley. And so they were back and forth in Berkeley. And they would take my brother and me to music lessons. And they'd drive us into Berkeley, which back then was about half an hour drive or something like that. And every time we drive by the Berkeley campus, there were Hare Krishnas chanting there. And we drive by and I said, what was that? What was that again? And I remember going to a lesson, and it would be 2 hours because one for my brother, one for me, and then we'd leave, and then we'd come back, and they were still there chanting. And they looked so happy, and they were dancing sometimes and sometimes rocking back and forth. So one day, I was with my brother, and we were walking back to my mother's car, and some of the devotees were walking away from the Harinam party, and I could see them. They had, the drum one had a drum over his shoulder, and they were just walking along. So just to be funny, and to sort of, amuse my brother, I called out to one of them. I said, "Hey, Hare Krishna." And the second I said it, he turned around and he said, "Hare Krishna." He said it so enthusiastically, so sincerely, and almost as if he was saying all at the same time that you don't know what you just did. It was almost as if he was saying, "You're one of us now. We got you." I felt that. I felt that when I said it. It was actually kind of shocking. My brother looked at me like, what'd you do? You know? I mean, just to say the name of God. And it catches you. And this is what the Shastra is saying, that God is in his name so powerfully, especially in this age, because there's nothing else. And in other ages, the name is there. It's always there. It's always powerful. But in this age, there's nothing else. There's just the name. And there's that, and you got the gap after that. It goes down really fast. After that, you've got Banana Republic. The contrast is vast. So, yes, when people come and they hear the holy name, then they say, okay, holy name or Banana Republic, which is it? It doesn't take a lot of spiritual intelligence to figure out that Banana Republic is full of a bunch of clothes made in Bangladesh, shipped over here, shipped back. And that's what's going on in the whole material world. It's a whole recycle process. And you know, a little spiritual intelligence say, why would I stick to that? This looks more exotic. The mind wants to go there to the holy name. And there's a change of heart. Krishna gets in the heart of the person. And he wants the soul back, and he initiates the whole process. So yeah, people are getting initiated. They're getting initiated by hearing the holy name. Yadabaso pyudyan kavalita bhava dvanta vibhavo drisham tatvandanam. Even if they're completely blind to the truth, they hear Hare Krishna, they start. And even if they don't know what it is, even if they say it in a derogatory way, it starts off their process. Even one-time chanting. Even hearing it. Yes. Vittal Prabhu.
Prabhuji, what struck me was when you said that the name is more merciful than the named. And also on the Wednesday class, you were saying take shelter of the holy name. So I had a question on that, like how exactly should I visualize taking shelter of the name? Because Krishna, it's easy to take shelter of because he's a person. Of course, Harinam is also we address as Harinam Prabhu, but it's a name, right? How should we visualize taking shelter of the name?
One thing I find helpful is to take shelter of the devotees who have taken shelter of the holy name. Like when I read Rupa Goswami, and he says, I'm taking complete shelter of the holy name. Nikila Shruti Mali Ratnamala Duti Nidajita Para Pankajanta I Mukta Kalera Pasyamanam Paritastam Harinama Samshrayami. Paritastam Harinama Samshrayami. He says, I take complete shelter here. So then I think Rupa Goswami is better than me in every way I can imagine. I mean, I idolize Rupa Goswami. He spoke 8-9 languages perfectly. He was a kavi, which is unusual even amongst pundits and learned people. He was the greatest poet one could imagine. He was actually an associate. He is actually an associate of Krishna in the spiritual world. And one of the serving maids of Radharani and so forth. And an intimate associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when I read his poetry, and he's saying over and over again, here it is, here it is, here it is, here it is, it's in the name, it's in the name. I take shelter of him. Because mostly people take shelter of other people in this world. They take shelter of, Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger is, you could, conceive, like, he's an amazing kind of guy. He's still going. He's 90 or something. Give me shelter. And he's had amazing success materially. So someone, who's into singing and rock and roll and something, that Mick Jagger might be their person. Or somebody in science would take shelter of some other scientist, right? People in sports, Joe Montana's their guy, or whoever it is. People take shelter of people. So that's a logical jump. So find those who really capture your imagination. And you say, this person, the qualities of this person are unassailable. They are pristine. They are something to aspire to. I see my ideal in this person, Rupa Goswami. And what's he saying? Paritostam Harinama Samshrayam. I take complete shelter here, so I want to do that too. Even though I can't. Even though I can't. I can't even approach that. But because he's doing it, because he said it, I become a devotee. I become his follower. and the follower of his followers and so forth. And this is the whole process. And then if you follow the devotees, Bejade Muniyo Tagre Bhagavan Tamad Hoksacham Sattvam Vishudham Che Maya Kalpante Yenutanidha. Previously, all the great sages worshipped Lord Vishnu because they knew his position. It's transcendental. And therefore they attained the highest perfection of life. Those who follow those great sages, they are eligible for the same result. You don't have to be a great sage. You don't have to be a Mahatma. But if you say, I'm following the Mahatmas, I don't care what anybody else says. I'm following the Mahatmas. And I don't even care if I can't do it perfectly. I'm still following the Mahatmas. That's taking shelter. And if you do that, perfection. That's the perfection of life. That's the best we can do, actually. In the Chaitanya Bhagavat, this is a profound statement by Vrindavan Das Thakur that those who are devotees of Lord Narayan, there's some question of whether they may or may not attain perfection in this life. But if someone is the devotee of Lord Narayan, there is no question that person will attain complete success in this life. It's better to be a follower, the servant of the servant of the servant of the servant, 1,000,000 times removed. And you make that your life and soul. He said it, I believe it, I'm trying for it. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thanks for the lecture. I have one question on what kind of thoughts should be there while chanting the holy name. I have heard that we have to focus on the syllable, but that tends to make the process little impersonal, and the mind also wanders away. So, is it like okay to focus on Krishna Leela, one of the pastimes of Krishna, or what exactly should be the thoughts?
That's not necessary and not recommended either. It's okay to meditate on the syllables. I like what Sundarananda Prabhu said yesterday. I checked in a little bit on the... he was saying that Burijan Prabhu had pointed out that the mind is so tricky that if you give it too much, it'll just start inventing more and more things to do. It's too complex. Be very, very simple. Just be in the moment, hear the syllables. The syllables of Harinam are Krishna himself. Paramakshara krite. It means the combination of syllables. Get this. This is fantastic. The combination of syllables, it's the supreme combination of syllables. Anyone who's an engineer, they can appreciate this. Anyone do software in here? Anyone? Come on. All right. So, software, look what software does. You know, you put a few X's. Is it X's and O's? No, it's ones and O's. Ones and O's. You put them together in different combinations and you get, I don't know, what do you get? An iPhone or something. You get something amazing. The holy name is the supreme combination of syllables. It's okay to listen to them. It's okay to look at them. You can look at those syllables, you'll still get the benefit. It's Krishna. Everything about the holy name is Krishna. It's not that it represents Krishna. It is Krishna. The syllables are Krishna. The way the mantra is set up is Krishna. Everything's there complete within the holy name. So just do a simple thing. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Don't think of anything. Just be there for the holy name. That's all you have to do. Be there for the holy name. And don't worry that the mind has all kinds of devious tricks to go all over the universe. Just be there waiting for it to come back and keep coming back to the holy name. Even though the mind is jumping around like a monkey, you don't have to follow it. Just observe that the mind is really like a monkey and I'm going to stay here. Okay? Simple. Okay, let's take one more because... Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I would like to share one realization on power of, holy name. Like last Friday we were on Harinam and we just set up the book table. And while the, vibrations was going on, Kirtan was started and two Chinese ladies, they came and I just, offered them the yoga books. And they say, no. I said, this is yoga, not yoga of the body. This is yoga of mind. And she said, no English. So then I get the Korean book and give it to her. And she said, no Chinese. Then okay. Then I give her the Chinese books. And the title was, she read, I don't know what the title, and she read, said, Krishna. Then she said that? Yeah, she said that. She read and said, Krishna. And then next question, her like, it is free? I said, no free. I said, we take little donations. So she gave $5.
Wow.
So how powerful Krishna. She just read Krishna. She even didn't look at the index or any pictures.
Let's give him a hand. That's a little more though. See, it may sound like an ordinary story, but for that connection to have been made, millions of so-called man-hours had to go into that. Because what it took, first of all, Prabhupada to come over here in the first place, right? Let's add them all up. Get your calculators out. We're going to be here a while. You start counting the hours it took Prabhupada to write these books, to come over, to bring them over, to get the message to break through, until he could get some traction in the movement. It almost didn't. And then I'm skipping over a lot of parts, but to write a book is very difficult. To get it published is very difficult. And then to translate it into other language is impossible. I know that because I'm working with a couple other countries, trying to get books in other languages, and everyone's like, what about this word? What about that word? No, it should be this. No, it should be that. It's very difficult. Then the fact that they're actually published in another language and we got them shipped back here. I mean, if you follow it, if we made a little video of one book and it ends up, and how did she end up in Palo Alto anyway? And then the fact that you've been doing Sankirtan, Haladhara Rupa Prabhu, so dedicatedly for months and years now, that you had the wherewithal to take her through that whole process and make sure you got the book. That it's a miracle, and it's Krishna's miracle. That's the miracle of Sankirtan. And something happened there. It's not the Gap. It's very different from going to the Gap and buying a shirt. Categorically different. But buying a book that was written by, non-humans, a Purushaya. It was commented on by a pure devotee of the Lord. And it was put together painstakingly just for the purpose of propagating the knowledge in the world. That's amazing. And you were part of it. You're connected to that. That's amazing. Give him another hand. Yeah, a little more. And if you want something really interesting to meditate on before you start chanting japa, think about where that book is right now. That's what I like to think about. Where did it go? What's it doing to those people right now? Did it end up in China? Are they sitting around like, hey, Grandma, what'd you bring home? Krishna, and Krishna all of a sudden shows up in the suburbs of Beijing. And he came off the streets of Palo Alto. And you're from South India, right? Oh, from Gujarat. Kamcho. So that's a miracle. That's the miracle of Sankirtan, and that's what the Hare Krishna movement is. That's the electricity that keeps us alive, and if we're a part of that, we're electrified. Then the chanting becomes easy. The chanting becomes a necessity. We have to go deeper and deeper into it. We become scientists looking how to go deeper into this subtlety of the holy name. And then the great marketing begins, how to give it out, because everyone has to have it one way or the other. And that's what this Hare Krishna movement's about. Go Premanande Haribo! And now we're going to have a Hare Krishna chant. And that means that in an exercise of efficiency, we're going to put away all the books very quickly, but with great respect. And we'll put away all the asanas. And then we're going to stand up and we'll have a kirtan before Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Gaur Premanande Haribol.
His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu ki jai.
Hari, 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 Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. They can't block the gopi. They're going to move. They can't block that gopi. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschacharishatadine. Jayo Jaya Gaura Chande Radhutiko Shobha Janavi Tatavane Jagamanaloba Jagajannamanaloba Jagajannamanaloba Gaurangera Rotiko Shobha Jagajanamana Lobha Gaurangera Rotiko Shobha Jagajanamana Lobha Jagajanamana Lobha Jagajanamana Lobha Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Thai God Hari Bol. Nitai God Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai God Hari Bol. Dake Naini Tai Chan Bamega Dadhara Nitate Advaita Srini Vaschatradara Bose Ache Gaurachan Ratna Singhasane Arati Korena Brahma Adi Deva Gane Nara Hari Adi Kori Shamara Dhulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Goshari Gaya Shankar Baje Ganta Baje Baje Karatala Madhura Mridanga Baje Paramarasala Madhur 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 Baje Nilesh Madhur 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 Bhaje Shankar Bhaje Kanta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Shankar Bhaje Kanta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Sai Gaur Hari Bol Sai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Sai Gaur Hari Bol Bahu Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ujwala. Bahu Koti Chandrajini Vadana Ujwala. Gala Deshe Vanamala Kore Jalamala Shiva Shukanarada Preme Gada Gada Baka Devi Noda Deke Godara Sampada Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Damodar! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hare Govinda Jaya Jaya. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Go Premanande! Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivarika Charja Stotar Shishimara Bhai Charanara Vinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivarika Charja Stotar Shishimara Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prams Gaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gokopinath Shyamakund Radhakund Giri Govardhan Ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki. Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki. Jamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki. Samabeta Bhakta Vrinda Ki. All glorious to some of the devotees. All glorious to some of the devotees. All glorious to some of the devotees. Go Premanande Haribo. Where's the...
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladadaine Praladadaine Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha Shilatan Kanakhalaye Shilatan Kanakhalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Narasimha Madem Sharanam Prapade Narasimha Madem Sharanam Prapade Kavakara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Shringam Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhringam Keshavadhrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Hare Nakha Adhuta Singha Keshavadhita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Narahari Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Narsimhadev, Jaya Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha. Jaya Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Shri Lakshmi Narasimha Dev Bhagwan ki Jai, Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. We're very happy to see a large turnout today. We welcome you all to the Sunday Feast program at ISKCON of Silicon Valley. For us, every day, every week, every year is special in devotional service. Yet, there are some days, occasions in the year where we commemorate and remember some important things like Janmashtami. We remember Lord Krishna every day, but on Janmashtami we make a special effort to remember him intensely. Like on Gita Jayanti, we intensely read the Bhagavad Gita. So similarly, this week we are celebrating the Holyname week. So we chant Hare Krishna every day, but this week we bring our special attention, special focus on the importance of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is the greatest of all mantras for deliverance from all nations in this age of quarrel and unlimited disturbance. So this week's programs were focused on this theme, and the entire package was, I believe, put together by Vishakhalila Mataji, and we thank her, and we also thank His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu for leading all these discussions and also for a very nice Harinam performance in Friday. So for the next 10 minutes, we'll bring you some Krishna conscious entertainment in the form of a skit, which is also based on the same theme that I just mentioned. So we'll we just need a minute or two to get ready for that. In the meantime, if all the kids can move a little backwards and create some space for actors to perform this skit. Yes, in the meantime, Gandharvika Mataji will make an announcement about Chad.
I'm sure you all heard about Chad. How many of you don't know the term Chad? Can you please raise your hands? CHAD, Chad. It stands for Chapter a Day, and it was founded by Vaisesika Prabhu. And Vaisesika Prabhu attended a call that's organized by Seattle devotees wherein they log in and read Bhagavad Gita every day. And he was saying that how by reading Bhagavad Gita every day, we become automatically purified. So at ISV, we got enthused by his encouragement that he gave in the call. And we want to focus more on chanting one chapter of Bhagavad Gita every day. So this program is very simple, and it just doesn't take anything more than 10 minutes. All you have to do is have Bhagavad Gita and read either the translation or the purport of the Bhagavad Gita every day. And in order to facilitate that, we also have many conference calls. So starting from 6:30 a.m., which is conducted by Sri Krishna Purushottam Prabhu. And recently, Vishaka Mataji has also started a noon call at 12:30 p.m. We just log in and read one chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And 10 minutes, it's just a good lunch break to have a spiritual rejuvenation in the middle of the day. And then one purport we read. And then in the evening we have at 5:30 p.m. the chat for the kids. So we all invite everybody to join the call and take advantage of this. It's not that you must join the call, but we want you to read Bhagavad Gita. So we also have a Facebook page. Please go to Facebook page, facebook.com/ISVChad. And all the call details are there. So please log in and get the more details and read Bhagavad Gita every day. And our goal is to have the entire Mountain View dial in to this conference call at 12:30 p.m. Please join us. I'm sure with Vishaka Mataji's enthusiasm and Vaisesika Prabhu's blessings, we'll be able to do that. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. We'll do a quick sound test for our audio team who is helping us behind the scenes. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Voiceovers. Ready? Can you test your mic?
Hare Krishna.
Music? Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, it works. Okay, thank you. So here we go. Okay. And if the kids can refrain from walking across the stage during the performance, that will be nice. Okay, ready.
By nature, we as living entities are in search for ananda, bliss, or different ways of enjoyment. Enjoyment is possible only when there is variety. Therefore, Seeking for variety in life is natural. But for enjoyment to be real, variety should be looked for in the right place. Now, we will make a small presentation on the unlimitedly merciful nature of the holy name.
Hi, honey. How are you?
I love to have variety in life.
What?
Come, let us explore variety in life. You are my husband, I am your wife. Variety, variety, variety. Variety is the spice of life.
What's going on?
Where are you going? I was just waiting for you to discuss our upcoming vacation plan.
Oh, really?
Yes, of course. Where do you want to take me for vacation this summer?
Are we going on vacation?
Of course. What do you mean? Are we going? I'm going. So you are going. That means we both are going. How about Hawaii?
Hawaii? We have already been there thrice.
Yes, but we can go to a new island this time.
Oh, come on. Island is just an island. It's the same ocean, same beach, same sunset. How many times you want to see the same thing?
Oh, come on. It is not the same. I heard the climate and the atmosphere on Big Island is very different. I want to try a new island this time. I will take my new shoes, new clothes. I will wear my new sunglasses, new purse, and new shoes too.
And what about husband?
And a new No. Forget it. Old is good. Let's go. We are late for the party.
Yes.
Later that evening, this couple attended a birthday party. The wife was eager to try a new form of dance.
Oh, hi. What's your name?
Whereas the husband somehow ended up talking to one of his old colleagues at work who now happened to be an ISKCON devotee. Impressed by her words and mannerisms, he was inspired to visit the local temple. He thus proposed this idea to his wife.
What were you doing just talking to that Hare Krishna devotee all the time? Didn't you get bored? I made so many new friends. I tried new dishes. I tried some new dance. Oh, it was so wonderful.
Well, I also tried something new. I talked about some spiritual topics. My colleague explained things so nicely to me. You know, I think we should go to the ISKCON temple sometime.
ISKCON temple? No, Baba. I cannot even think of going there. When I was growing up, our neighbor were Hare Krishnas, and all they did whole day was Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You know, when you meet them, they don't even say hi or bye. They just say Hare Krishna. If you do good, Hare Krishna. If you do bad, Hare Krishna. Eat Hare Krishna, sleep Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna everywhere. Oh, these Hare Krishnas were so boring. No variety in life. Just say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Whatever.
Understanding that his wife did not like the Hare Krishnas, he did not take the matter any further. But he noticed that she was nevertheless uttering Hare Krishna so many times. He remembered what his colleague at the birthday party said. Uttering the holy name of the Lord only once, even though disrespectfully, will have a miraculous effect in due course of time. As planned, the couple went to the big island for vacation.
It's okay. It happens sometimes.
Oh, this has been the worst vacation of my life. My new shoes got stolen. Our rental car got broken into. My sunglasses went flying away in ocean. And it has been raining like anything since we got here. I'm so disappointed. Why do bad things happen to good people?
Do you really want to know?
Yes, I want to know.
Later, don't say I'm being philosophical, spiritual and all this.
No, I won't say.
Okay, well, my colleague told me that when we have distress in life, we tend to remember God. And that's actually a good thing. It's not a bad thing. If there were no distress at all, we would simply forget God. And moreover, the so-called good and bad things in this world is ultimately just our perception.
Really? I never thought about it in this way. It makes sense. But now don't say we'll go to ISKCON temple. I still feel they are very boring people.
Well, I never said we'll go there. I just told you what I heard. Okay.
After returning from vacation, one day, accidentally, wife came across a beautiful bhajan on YouTube. It was so melodious that it immediately caught her attention. A quick investigation revealed that this bhajan is sung at all ISKCON centers. Now, she wanted to visit the local ISKCON temple.
Hi, how was your day?
You know what? I want to try something new.
Well, tell me something new.
I'm not joking. I want to go to the ISKCON temple this Sunday.
What?
Yes. Since we came back from Hawaii, I don't know, somehow I felt like listening to bhajan on YouTube. I came across a really nice one, and it is sung in all ISKCON temples. So I want to go there and check out.
Really? All right, we'll go there next Sunday then.
Next Sunday, the couple arrived at the temple.
This is the one I heard on YouTube. I really like this.
Hello. Do you remember we met at the birthday party?
Yes, of course. How are you?
I'm good. It is so nice to see you here. We will soon start the Sunday Feast program. Please stay for the entire program.
Okay.
Do you have any questions that I can answer?
Well, actually, my wife has a lot of questions.
You know what? I always want to have something new and exciting in life. That's why I try variety of food, clothes, vacations, movies, and so on. Is it a bad thing?
No, this is natural. As living entities, our nature is to seek enjoyment. And how can there be enjoyment without variety?
Really?
So, you're doing the right thing.
Really? Wow, you think like me?
Yes, but you should know what kind of variety will give you real enjoyment and happiness.
What do you mean?
Concepts of enjoyment and happiness centered around one's body, thinking I and mine ultimately end in frustration. But you can experience real happiness and enjoyment by being Krishna conscious, by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra.
But how is it possible? Just by chanting the same Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna?
Well, it sounds the same, but every time we chant, it is a new experience. We get new realizations, new understanding, and new enlightenment.
How is it possible?
Everything is possible in spiritual life. The Hare Krishna Maha Mantra will gradually take us from where we are now to that spiritual abode of Krishna, where there is unlimited spiritual variety, where every word is a song, every movement is a dance, and everyone enjoys unlimited spiritual bliss in the association and service of Sri Krishna.
Everything with just one mantra?
Yes, just this one mantra. This Hare Krishna mantra will gradually expand, and by engaging us in Krishna's service, will open the door for unlimited spiritual variety and happiness. Just this one mantra. Krishna has innumerable names, each signifying a wonderful pastime like you heard today. Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana, Brajajana Ranjana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari. But Krishna is his principal name, the one who attracts all the jivas. Krishna consciousness is so wonderful. This is real life. Once you taste, you can never leave it. It's so nice.
Wow! It sounds so high. But I really like it. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Let me know if you have any more questions. Let us listen to the lecture now. Six months later,
Haribol, I'm home.
Oh! You know what? I tried something new today.
Really?
A new milk sweet for Krishna from Ahimsa Milk.
Wow.
You know, Krishna really likes sweets. I also learned a new bhajan today. Bhaja Hure Mana Shri Nanandana. And from tomorrow, I'm going to reach a new milestone. I'm going to chant 16 rounds.
Wow.
Life is so wonderful now. So much variety and happiness. I can still do new things, but to please Krishna.
So we just saw how by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, sometimes casually and sometimes even disrespectfully, can give unlimited mercy from the Lord and the holy name. So just imagine if you were to chant this mantra with full attention, with love and devotion every day, how much more mercy we will receive. All the life's happiness and heart satisfaction, it's all there in this one mantra. So let us take very seriously to this simple process of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. So Suprita Mataji was the lead character. Neelam Mataji was the devotee, and she is a devotee. Voiceovers Urmi Mataji and Bhavani. And audio was handled by Nilesh Prabhu. Kriti, our star guest dancer. Hope you like the performance. Hare Krishna. So newcomers, those who are coming to the temple for the first time, we'd like to give you a special round of welcome. If you are here for the first time, can you raise your hands? Wow, very nice. Hare Krishna. Looks like Kirtaniers, is it? Okay, yeah, I guessed it right. Welcome. Any more newcomers? Oh, here? Oh, Hare Krishna. Nice to see you. So, we welcome you to our temple, and I hope you like today's program. So please come regularly, and when you step out of the temple room for prasadam, there will be a welcome desk, and you can receive your small welcome gift we give to all our newcomers. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to talk to any of the volunteers here. To welcome our newcomers, let's chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We do have sponsors for tonight. Srinivas Dasari and Anuradha Mataji, they are sponsoring on the occasion of their daughter's birthday. Shreya, are they here? Oh, here. Shreya. Are you Shreya? Can you come up here? Haribol. Let's do one more chanting of to make her birthday very special and auspicious. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These are sweets offered to the Lord today at Mangalarti, and we're very happy to give you this as a small gift. Okay? Today, is he here?
He's traveling, he's in India.
He's in India? Okay, we'll still chant for him, for his well-being. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We have one announcement from the Vedic Academy. There is a public speaking contest being organized by the Vedic Academy on October 6th. It's 2 Sundays from now. From in the morning from 11 to 1:30, the kids will be given some topics on which they can prepare and exhibit their speaking skills. For further details, please talk to Vishakha Leela Mataji. Can you raise your hand or stand up? So if any of your kids would like to register, it has to be and writing, public speaking and writing contest. So you have to register with the Vedic Academy before 29th of September. So please talk to Vishakha Leela Mataji. There is, I believe, we have over 40 gallons of ahimsa milk in our refrigerator in the temple. So if you'd like to take a gallon or two for your use, please feel free to do so. and talk to Hari Guru Prabhu about payment and other details. There's one more announcement about the devotee contact program. Devotees have worked diligently to make sure we contact details from all the newcomers who are visiting the temple. Haladhara Rupa Prabhu and Sri Gopal Prabhu have led this effort, and we do have a system in place now. And there's a demo that they are giving today during Prasadam or after Prasadam. For those who would like to use the tool, they can talk to them. Actually, I forgot to inquire about cooks. Who are the cooks today? Urmi Mataji. Wow, double effort today. Very good. So after the Prasadam prayers, the Prasadam will be served outside, and then you can come back in, sit down comfortably and honor Prasadam. Next will be Prasadam prayers.
Just say sorry, I'll be the job. Do you sing with it? You do it. Yeah. You do it. महाप्रसाद गोविंदे नाम ब्रह्मण वैष्णवे नमः स्वल्प पुण्यवतं राजा विश्वसेन भजायते शरीरा विद्याजाय जरेन्द्रियतैका जीवे फैले विषय सागरे तार मध्ये जीवायति सप्रसादन्न दिलो भय সেই অনামিত পাও শ্রী শ্রী রাধা কৃষ্ণ গুণ গাও প্রেমে ডাকো শ্রী চৈতন্য নিতায় জয় নিমায় জয় নিতায় जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद श्रीवासादि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय महाप्रसाद की जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की। Well, please everybody come and take prasad and
Prashadam is just outside. Yeah, we usually go on, downtown for a while. So everybody's taking a shot. Welcome. Thanks for coming. I'm going to get up for about 2 minutes because I need to. Bye-bye.
no, this is good.
You also play.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yes. Share. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে, গাই গোরা গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে, গাই গোরা হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম রাম রাম, হরে হরে, হরে হরে রাম রাম হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম রাম হরে, নাম গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে, গাই গোরা গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে, গাই গোরা। গৃহে থাকো বলে থাকো, সদা হরি বলে ডাকো, গৃহে থাকো গৃহে থাকো বলে থাকো, সদা হরি বলে ডাকো, গৃহে থাকো সুখে দুঃখে ভুলো না কো, বদনে হরি নাম করো রে, সুখে দুঃখে বদনে হরি নাম করো রে, গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে, গাই গোরা গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে, গাই গোরা মায়া জালে বদ্ধ হয়ে অচমিতে কাজে লয়ে মায়া মায়া জালে বদ্ধ হয়ে অচমিতে কাজে লয়ে মায়া জালে বদ্ধ এখনো চেতনাতে রাধা মাধব নাম বল রে এখনো এ নাম গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে গাই গোরা মধুর এ নাম গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে গাই গোরা জীবন ইলসে নভোজিল ঋষিকে জীবন নভোজিল ঋষিকে ভক্তি বিনোদ উপদেশ একবার নাম রসে মাতরে ভক্তি এ নাম গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে গাই গোরা মধুর এ নাম গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে গাই গোরা মধুর হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ হরে রাম নাম গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে হে নাম গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে গাই গোরা মধুর হে নাম গাই গোরা মধুর স্বরে গাই গো মধুর স্বরে Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai 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 Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Bolo Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai जय जय गोपाल जय गोविंद जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय गोविंद गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय 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 जय गोविंद जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय 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 जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद 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 जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविंद जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय बोलो राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय राधा रमन हरि गोविंद जय जय हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल गौर हरि बोल। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। जय हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की जय। जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की। पिताय गौ शीतनाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। So many questions.